ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करल्लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। कठोपनिषद अध्याय 2 वल्ली 1 मंत्र 12। अंगुष्ठमात्रः पुरुषः मध्य आत्मनि तिष्ठति ईशानं भूतभव्यस्य न ततो विजुगुप्सते एतद्वै तत्। Once again, the Shruti is revealing Jiva Brahma Aikya, the non-difference between Jiva and Brahman. The Shruti describes Jiva as Angushthamatraha. Jiva is described as Angushthamatraha. Angushthamatraha means Angushtha Parimanaha. One who has the size of an Angushtha, a thumb-sized. It is the description of a Jiva. How Jiva is Angushtamatra? The heart, our heart, the space within the heart is almost the size of a thumb. That much is the space inside the heart. Heart space, which is called Hridayakasha or Hardakasha. According to the Shastra, the main seat of Antahkaranam is in the space of the heart. Though the antahkaranam is present in the body, it is pervading the body. The Sukshma Sharira is pervading the body. Yet the main seat of the antahkarana is in the heart. The antahkarana is the upadhi of the jiva. The Atma associated with the antahkarana is called jiva. Atma with the antahkarana upadhi is jiva. Since antahkarana is within the heart, jiva also is within the heart. The main seat of the jiva is in the heart. Therefore, the size of antahkaranam is the size of jiva also. Therefore, the Shruti calls the Jivatma as Angushthamatraha. Angushta Parimanaha. In support of this, we can understand a commonplace experience. When we refer to ourselves, where do we touch? Me, I, we touch only here. It is also Angushtamatra. It is not an inch here. We don't show our stomach and say I. And it is not an inch there also. We don't show our neck and say I. It's only here. I. The I is here. It is Jivatma. Angushthamatraha. The purport of the word Angushthamatraha is Upadhi Parichinnaha, confined to an Upadhi. Because of Upadhi, the Atma appears to be limited. It is the purport of Angushthamatraha. Because of the association of the Upadhi, the Atma seems limited. The Atma, which seems to be limited, is called Jivaha. So it is Angushthamatraha. Here we should make note of another point also. In the Shastra, there is something called Anuvada and something called Vidhi. We make use of this even in our casual conversation. Suppose I am talking about one Mr. Devadatta. The Devadatta whom you also know. I start my conversation with something that you already know about Devadatta. You know one Mr. Devadatta who lives in Delhi, who came here 3 months back and we had tea with him. You know that Devadatta, you remember? So far, whatever I have told, it is not a new information. You already know it. Yet, why am I telling this? So that you can relate to the person. You can know who I am talking about. Such statements are called anuvada. The statements of facts that you are already familiar with are called anuvada. It is not a new information. So I started talking about Devadatta. Now you know who I am talking about. Devadatta, Mr. Devadatta. Now I tell you, he will be coming tomorrow. He wants to come here tomorrow. It is a new information. The new information is called vidhi or vidhanam. So in the Shastra also, when a new information is given, before that there will be an anuvada. Anudya vidhanam. First a reference is made, and while making a reference, you talk about the information that you already know, a familiar information. And after that, vidhanam, a new information is revealed. It can be found in all statements, almost all statements. The first part will be anuvada, second part will be vidhanam. Likewise, here also, angushthamatraha, it is not a new input. The Shruti is not revealing anything new when it is saying angushthamatraha. The Shruti does not intend to reveal that you are angushthamatraha. Angushthamatraha is an anuvada. It is a known fact because everyone refers to himself only here. Angushthamatraha means limited, the limited individual. One who is conceived as a limited individual is not really an individual. He is Purushaha. When you say Purushaha, he is no longer an individual. He is indivisible, free from all divisions. Purnaha Purushaha. Purayati sarvam iti Purushaha. Purnam anena sarvam iti Purushaha. one who is all pervasive. Purnam anena sarvam iti purushaha. Everything is filled with him. He is the substance of everything. Purushaha means Brahman, the all pervasive. So, Angushthamatraha Purushaha is a Mahavakya. Angushthamatraha is Tvampadartha. Tvampada. Purushaha is Tatpada. Purushaha is Vidhanam. The Purushatva of the Angushtamatra Jiva is revealed. You think you are a limited individual, Angushthamatraha, but in reality you are Purushaha. You are Purnaha. It is a Mahavakya. So, Angushthamatrattvam anudya Purushatva vidhanam. That is what Anandagiri also says. Angushta parimanam jivam anudya Brahma bhava vidhanat. So, Brahma bhava is vidhana. It is Purushaha. Therefore, Anandagiri clarifies Angushthamatrasya avivakshitatvat. Here, Angushthamatrattva is not vivakshita. The Shruti does not intend to say that Atma is confined to the Angushtamatra. It is just an anuvada. It is not vivakshita, because it is not vidhiyamana. The one that is vidhiyamana is vivakshita. The Shruti does not have tatparya in saying the Jiva is Angushtamatra. So, seeing this, one might get a confusion. So, Angushtamatra of Purushaha, that means Atma is small. It is not the idea. In our understanding, Atma is small. I am small because we don't move 1 inch from here. I. But in reality, it is not Angushtamatra. It is infinite. Madhya Atmani Tishtati. So, the Purushaha is present in the middle of the Atma. Atmani means Sharire. Sharire. The word Atma in this mantra means Sharira. Sharire Madhye Tishtati. In the middle of the Sharira. Means Hridaye Tishtati. The Atma manifests. Though it is present everywhere, it is evident in the heart because of Antahkarana Upadhi. The Atma manifests as Chaitanya only in the Antahkarana Upadhi. Sada sarvagatopyatma na sarvatravabhasate buddhavevavabhaseta swacheshu pratibimbavat. though the Atma is everywhere, sada sarvagatopyatma, na sarvatravabhasate, Atma does not shine everywhere. Atma is not evident everywhere. Then where is Atma evident? Buddha vevavabhaseta. Atma expresses itself, shines in the buddhi, in the antahkarana. Swacheshu pratibimbavat. An example is given. Pratibimba, the reflection, happens only in swacha, only in a polished, clear surface. Though the sun is shining everywhere, the reflection of the sun does not happen everywhere. It happens only on a clear, polished surface. Similarly, though the Atma is present everywhere, it does not manifest everywhere. It manifests only in the buddhi, the Chaitanya, the Chit Swarupa of the Atma. The Chaitanya Swarupa of the Atma is evident only in the Antahkarana, nowhere else. And the Purusha is Ishano Bhutabhavyasya. Ishanam Bhutabhavyasya. He is the Lord of Bhuta and Bhavya. Lord of past as well as future. He is always Ishvara. Ishvara does not have a time period. He does not serve a term, 5 years term. Everything else has a term. Prime Minister has a term. He cannot be Prime Minister eternally. How many years? 5 years or 10 years? Maximum 15 or 20 years. He might be able to remain Prime Minister. Still there is a time limit. Even Hiranyagarbha has a time limit. Only for a kalpa, only for a cycle, he will remain Hiranyagarbha. But Ishvara does not have a time limit. Eternally, he is the Ishvara. Because he is the very ruler of time also. He is the ruler of time also. Being the support of time. Even time comes from Ishvara. Sarve nimesha jajnire vidyutah purushadadhi. Kalamuhurtah kashthascha ahoratrascha sarvashaha. Ardhamasamasartavas samvatsarascha kalpantam. So he is the cause of time also. That is why Shvetashvataropanishad says, Kala Kalaha. He is the time of time. Kalasyapi Kalaha. The time of time. Means time comes and goes in him. Therefore, the time cannot scale him. Time cannot measure him, time cannot limit him because he is the cause of time also. He is Kala Kalaha. That is why in Bhagavad Gita, Ahameva Akshayah Kalaha. It is Akshaya Kala. Paramatma is Akshaya Kala. The time which does not perish. The time that we experience is Kshaya Kala. It comes and goes. The time is passing. The Kshaya Kala is supported by Akshaya Kala. Paramatma is Akshaya Kala. Therefore, Kalasyapi Kalaha. And he is the space of space also. Deshasyapi Deshaha. Akashasyapi-akashaha. Because everything is in space. The space provides room to everything. Everything in the world. The earth and all the solar system, all planets, everything is in space. Where is space? What gives space to space? It is Brahman. Space is in Brahman. Brahman is not in space. Everything else needs space. But space needs Brahman. Therefore, Akashasya Akashaha. And he is Jyotisham Jyotihi. Light of light. You can say this for everything. Pranasya pranaha. Shrotrasya shrotram. Manaso manaha. Means sarva adharaha ityartha. Sarva adhishthanam. The support of everything. Ishanam bhutabhavyasya jnatva, having understood this Atma, Brahman, Paramatma, what is the phala? Na tato vijugupsate tataha means tadvijnanad urdhvam. After the jnana, na vijugupsate, he does not seek to protect himself. Atmanam gopayitum na ichchati. He does not seek to protect himself. Means he is free from insecurity. Vitaraga bhayakrodhaha. He is free from insecurity. Free from bhaya. He has attained abhaya. Na bibheti kutaschaneti. Abhayam pratishtham vindate. He is free from fear, free from insecurity. Therefore, na vijugupsate. He does not seek to protect himself. It has come before. Na tato vijugupsate. Etadvai tat. This indeed is that. etat, this Brahman is that which is discussed in the first adhyaya, asked by Nachiketa, yeyam prete ityadi. See the bhashya. Punarapi tadeva prakritam brahma aha. Punarapi, once again, tadeva prakritam brahma, the same Brahman, tadeva Brahma, which is prakritam, which is under discussion in this text. Aha, the Shruti says about the Brahman. Tadeva Brahma is Dvitiya Vibhakti because it is object of aha. Angushthamatraha, Angushthaparimanah, Angushthaparimanam, Hridaya Pundarikam, Tachhidravarti, Antahkaranopadhihi, Angushthamatraha, Angushtamatra Vamshaparvamadhyavarti, Ambaravat, Angushthamatraha is equal to Angushta Parimanaha. Size of the thumb. That which has the size of the thumb. And Bhashyakara describes the word Angushthamatraha. How Atma appears to be Angushthamatraha. Angushthaparimanam Hridaya Pundarikam. The Hridaya Pundarika, heart lotus. Pundarika means lotus. Heart has the shape of a lotus, not a bloomed lotus. Lotus bud. Hridaya Pundarikam. It is like this. Almost it has this kind of a shape. So, Angushta Parimanam Hridaya Pundarikam. So, Hridaya Pundarika has the size of a lotus. Tat Chidravarti Antahkaranopadhihi. The Antahkarana Upadhi. Antahkarana is Upadhi. Antahkaranam Upadhihi yasya saha Antahkaranopadhihi. Antahkaranopadhihi Atma. The Atma who has Antahkarana as Upadhi. He is present inside the space of the heart. Tat Chidravarti. Tat Chidra. Chidra means the space. The space enclosed by heart. The Antahkarana is inside the space. Therefore, Antahkaranopadhi Atma also is inside the space. Therefore, he gets the size of Angushta. Angushthamatraha. He is called Angushtamatra. An example is given. Angushtamatra Vamshaparvamadhyavarti Ambaravat. like space enclosed by a section of bamboo. Vamsha Parva. Vamsha means bamboo, not lineage. Vamsha means bamboo. Vamsha Parva means a section or a node of bamboo. You know, bamboo has these nodes. The section between two nodes, it will be around this size, this much size. And sometimes it is smaller, only this much. So Vamsha Parva is Angushtha Matra. It has a size of a thumb. Madhyavarti Ambara, the space inside one Vamsha Parva, one section of bamboo. Though the space is infinite, it does not have any limitation. Yet, when it is enclosed by a section of bamboo, it seems to be limited. Similarly, though the Atma is infinite, because of Antahkarana Upadhi, which is further enclosed by the heart, the Atma seems to be limited. Purushaha is equal to Purnam Anena Sarvam. Purnam Anena Sarvam iti Purushaha. Sarvam, everything is filled with him. Anena Purnam. Just like the pot is filled with the clay, there is no pot without clay. Pot is just a name and form filled with the substance clay. The table is filled with wood. Means the substance. The substance of the table is wood. Likewise, the Brahman, Purushaha, is the substance of everything. Without Purusha, nothing has substance. Nothing has existence. Only Purusha has intrinsic existence. The existence of everything else is dependent on Purusha. It is endorsed existence. It seems to exist as long as it has the endorsement of Purusha. Just like your currency, endorsed value and intrinsic value. The currency note does not have intrinsic value. The gold has intrinsic value. That is why nobody can demonetize gold. But the currency can be demonetized. As long as the Reserve Bank of India is endorsing, it has value. It has endorsed value. The 2000 rupees or 500 rupees, it is not the intrinsic value of the currency note. because the note is just a paper. Its intrinsic value is not even 25 paise. But it has endorsed value because of the endorsement of the Reserve Bank. I promise to pay the bearer a sum of rupees 100. Shaktikanta Das, Governor, Reserve Bank of India. Then it has value. Likewise, everything gets existence because of Purusha. It does not have intrinsic existence. What has the intrinsic existence? Only Atma. Atma does not depend on anything for existence. Its existence is intrinsic. And its consciousness is also intrinsic. Sattayam spurtau cha swatantraha. In satta, in existence, he is swatantra. And spurtau cha swatantraha. Spurti, in being evident. In Chaitanya, also he is swatantra. Everything else is paratantra. Sattayam paratantraha. And spurtau cha paratantraha. Everything other than Atma. Therefore, Purnam anena sarvam iti purushaha. He fills everything, means he is the support of everything. Both in terms of satta and spurti. So everything has satta because of Brahma satta. Brahman has his own satta. Satta means existence. And everything gets spurti because of the spurti of Brahman. Because of the consciousness of Brahman, everything else becomes evident. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. We will see later on. Hope it is clear. So therefore, Purnam anena sarvam iti purushaha. Everything is filled with the Purusha. Purusha is the stuff of everything. Madhya Atmani. Atmani, we have read this? No. Yeah. Purushaha. Purnam anena sarvam iti. Madhya Atmani. Sharire. Tishtati. Yaha. Tam Atmanam. Ishanam. Bhutabhavyasya. Viditva. न ततः इत्यादि पूर्ववत् मध्ये आत्मनि. Atmani is equal to Sharire. The word Atma is used in several meanings. Sometimes Atma refers to the body. Sometimes it may refer to the mind, like in Uddhared Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasadayet Atmaiva Hyatmano Bandhur Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha. There, Atma means Manas, Antahkarana. So here, Atma means Sharira. Atmani Sharire. Madhye, in the middle of the Atma, in the middle of the body, Tishtati, he is present. Present means he manifests in the middle of the body, though he is present everywhere. So Yaha Tishtati. So Yaha should be connected with, it should be brought first. Yaha Angushthamatraha in the Anvaya. Yaha Angushthamatraha Purushaha Atmani Madhye Tishtati Tam Ishanam Bhutabhavyasya. Tam Bhutabhavyasya Ishanam. He is the Lord of past and future. Viditva, having understood him. Tataha. Tataha means Tadvijnanat Urdhvam. After the knowledge. Na Vijugupsate. One does not seek to protect oneself. Ityadi Purvavat. All these are like before. Purvavat refers to mantra 5. That is where we have seen Natato Vijugupsate. And Bhashyakara has explained Natato Vijugupsate in mantra 5 of this Valli. That's why he is not explaining again. Instead, he just says Purvavat. Angushthamatrah Purushaha Jyotirivadhumakaha Ishano Bhutabhavyasya Sa evadya savushvaha etadvaitat. Once again, Angushthamatrah Purushaha. While explaining this mantra, Shankaracharya takes Angushthamatrah Purushaha as a reference to Upasya Brahma. Brahman as Upasya. In some of the Shrutis, you find Upasana of Brahman by visualizing the Brahman in the heart as a light. All of you chant Narayana Suktam. Tasya shikhaya madhye parama atma vyavasthitaha. So, even there you find the reference to Paramatma in the heart. Paramatma is visualized as a light in the heart, and then meditated upon. So when we meditate in the heart, the Upasaka visualizes Paramatma as Angushthamatraha. So it is Upasya. Upasya Ishvaraha. The Angushtamatra Ishvara, the Angushtamatra Paramatma, who the yogis meditate on, is also nothing but the Brahman. That is the purport of this shloka. Angushtamatra Purushaha Jyotiriva Adhumakaha. And when it is visualized by the yogis, by the upasakas, it is visualized as a light without smoke. Adhumakaha Jyotihi iva. Ishano Bhutabhavyasya. And he is the Lord of Bhuta and Bhavya. And he is also nothing but Brahman. Saha Bhutabhavyasya Ishanaha Etadvai Tat Brahma Eva. He is this, that Brahman alone. Even the Paramatma, whom the Upasakas meditate on as Angushtamatra, is also essentially Brahman. So thus, the Upasya is integrated with the Brahman. The Upasya Brahma is integrated with Jnaya Brahma. Upasya Brahma is Saguna Brahma. And Jnaya Brahma is Nirguna Brahma. The one who the yogis meditate in the heart as Saguna Brahma is also essentially Nirguna Brahma. When this is stated, the Upasaka will not have a conflict in his mind. Am I meditating on something other than the Brahman talked about Vedanta? Sometimes the Upasakas have a conflict. I am meditating on the Saguna Brahma, Krishna or Rama or in any form. But Vedanta talks about a Brahman without any guna, nirguna. So he experiences a split in his mind. Is it different from that? Then he thinks whether I should give up the Upasanam and think of Brahman. Or even if I have to continue the Upasanam, this person has a conflict. Now I am meditating on something other than Brahman. So to resolve the conflict, the Shruti says even the Upasya is nothing other than Brahman discussed in the Vedanta. स एवाद्य सवुष्वः, the same Brahman, same Purusha is present today. Saha eva adya. He alone is present today. There is no other Brahman. There is no other Chaitanya. Saha eva. Adya. Now, at the present moment, today, he is the only Brahman. There is nothing equal to him. There is no parallel existence of Brahman. So he is very much present. Savushvaha. Will the Brahman change tomorrow? Shruti says he will not change. Saushvaha. The same Brahman will remain tomorrow also. And by saying this, the Shruti is negating many Purva Pakshas. The Purva Paksha was indicated by Nachiketa himself in the first Valli. Astityeke nayamastiti chaike. Astityeke. Brahman exists. Atma exists. It is one view. And nayamastiti chaike. The Brahman, Atma does not exist. It is another view. And Shankaracharya reminds that view, Nayamastiti Chaike, and says, this view is negated by the Shruti when it says, Sa evadya savushvaha. The Brahman is very much present today, and the same Brahman will remain tomorrow also. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.